Well, you will not believe this. I know I'm having trouble believing it. And it just goes to show you how we do not exercise faith. And I'm sitting right here, and I'm the one that's talking about everything we think about, we manifest. Where attention goes, energy flows. That's the seed of manifestation. I know this to the core of my being as to be my truth. And I can show you logically how you will lean the same dadgum direction as I am, but I'm vulnerable. Last time I think I said something about in part one about how I was calling, and I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I actually did drive up to Brainerd, Minnesota and met with Ryan because I was so dadgum. I got everything into this deal. It's way beyond any kind of money thing. This deal has been eluding me just outside of grasp so many times. It's a challenge. It is a life mission to get this thing off the ground, and it had to be with Ryan. It had to be with Ryan. It's a spiritual thing. You will hear about it. Believe you me, you're going to hear about it. But he had to be the one to do the final polishing off of the coat. And by God, I don't know whether to shit or go blind. We talked last night, and it might have been the day before. I've been in just days. It's like buck fever, if you know what that is. The thing is functioning right now. The social platform that looks like Facebook, and the only reason this thing and everything I'm going to tell you about how you can get slapped silly rich if you'll help me save this country from these thieving bastards that have come in here since the Battle of Waterloo and before. Now, just dissecting and running the filters through just what I just said, there was so many clashes of emotion in there, and oxymorons and things like that. But it's true. I can show you. It's time that we get together, put our heads together, and start seeking to reach in mass numbers coherent, focused thought. Now, if you do not think that this thing is being fought from a mental battle, why do you think that there's attention, they start paying close attention when these people start rioting in the streets? I don't care how big the outfit is, and if it's about a bad enough situation like they got going on over there, boy, I got a lot to say about that whole deal. They're now making sure that people walking down the street in protest don't step on the American flag. And over there in Iran, I am not kidding you. You've probably seen it 103 times. They're running it every. That's what's going on here. They're just feeding us with this data. But that one right there I liked a lot because look how fast things changed, and it's changing in the minds of the Americans because they're watching that. And where are the ones with the turbans and everything that had to damn near look like that they was in the medieval days with a torch and a sickle and the whole bit, going down through there throwing their flip flop at everybody? I didn't see any of those days. It looked like these people that I saw that are telling him I told us to get on up out of there. Or people that look like hell, they look like they're from around here. You know what I'm saying? As far as the way, let's don't start that, but the way that they hell, they look like they have life going on there that doesn't look like anything that you'd see on all that bombing shit going on. I mean, these people look like they're at a big mall or what have you, and it dressed nice and everything else. Hell, they don't want bombs to be falling all over the place over there. It's them damn leaders of all these countries got nested up with this deal that started about Waterloo and before. Oh, Amschmel. It's time. My weapon is going to be empowering people. By empowering, I mean showing them that there is a way. People, it's time that you've heard some crazy shit. You know, in the last year or two, you have heard more minutia than you can possibly imagine, and it's all about one thing: control of energy. I'm not talking about putting in your gas tank. The energy that is emitted when you build something with your hands, you're thinking. That's what they're after. They're after the ability to control your thoughts, because everything starts with a single thought. Everything starts with a single thought. And prior to the thought, you had to pay attention about what you're doing, a focused intention. It has to be that way logically. I'll say it again. If I want to get up out of this chair and go right at the door, the first thing I got to do is think about it. Got to have a thought. Continuously focusing. There is a big dynamic we can go through. The only way that you can observe a subatomic particle is through the act of observation. Continue to focus on that point, and more subatomic particles start to aggregate in that particular point. And oh, how I wish I could start talking about let's leave this quantum behind. It's old school, and go over into scalar, because that's where we're headed anyway. That's where we're headed. But we'll stay in quantum. Jesus. Maybe I shouldn't, but no, gotta stay in this quantum deal for right now, because we don't have much time to go. We got to get people educated about what's going on here, about the rule of law and the Constitution. I'm willing to show you a pathway, paint you a pathway, how you can help do that. How in the world could you do that if you're stone cold broke, or you're just one person? That's what you always hear. Oh, I'm just one person. You know, how in the world could I help? Just one person. Well, I tell you what, a whole bunch of one persons thinking about the same thing. It's like walking into a football stadium and they do not sell anything except hot dogs. No hamburgers, just hot dogs. And they don't want anybody else in there eating anything except hot dogs. Well, someone comes in there with a hamburger. With a hamburger. Before you know it, there's a few people in hot dog deals, want a burger too. And before you know it, these people eating these hamburgers are starting to just sing high heaven about them damn hamburgers. And it's getting a little contagious. Next thing you know, you reach a certain number of that finite. In a football stadium, there's only be so many people that are in there. And if these people that are now wanting hamburgers get a little passionate about it, put a little action behind that passion, you reach what's called critical mass. That is the 100 monkey theory. When a certain percentage or critical mass of focused intent or replicable patterns is reached in a finite number, the dynamic shifts. It becomes the norm. It becomes fact. Called the 100 monkey theory. Look it up. Need to start looking things up. What we're trying to do is create a mind hive here. This is tactical, people. You will hear me reference. You'll hear me reference a great abundance of hard co-exchangeable medium in basically any denomination you so choose. You can turn your value inside of you. If we help me get 1 million plus people, look at this. If 1 million people are in this deal and someone has a question about whatever it is, we throw that question out there to the mind hive. And when that question comes back, I bet you, with people commenting, that's us. We go in there and if we have some value to add to that, say, hey, I know a little bit about that. You give your comment, the whole outfit's looking, or those that do see it that are interested in that area, out of 1 million, let's say 100,000 of them say that was worth a damn penny. For getting that answer that lazy ass doesn't want to go get, or whatever the case may be. There it is. They've been looking for it. Bingo. That's called a mind hive. And, 1 penny isn't much. But you get out of 1 million people, you get 100,000 of them drop a penny. Do the math. It's better than a stick in the eye. And you've monetized your life, your value inside. If you know how to make a chair or something like that, got a little drawing or two, throw it up on the Rabbit Hole Herald, say that you know how to draw drawings for a chair, everybody build it. Hell, there might be a boatload of people that like to get, a little bit more info. They might even flip you a nickel, 10,000 of them a nickel. We're talking about beats the hell out of just a little old like with a thumbs up, and you get your dress all blowed up and excited over a damn like. Come on now. And then they pass that thing around over there on Facebook. They pass that thing around. They're selling all them banner ads. And a boatload of you people gonna buy it on that. You ain't getting no grease from it. You're not getting duked for it. You're not getting any juice for your good content that you just put out there. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars, if not up into billions. Wake up and smell the roses, people. We can do this thing ourselves. And doing so, let me give you an example. Hell, this is an easy little example. Let's say we put 1,000 people together and we all throw $10 in the kitty. We convert that from regular dollars of money, regular pennies, into pennees, pennies. That's our little internal deal. Throw 10 in there, and you get that down to pennies. What's that? 1,000 pennies. And so then there's 1,000 of us, and there's we all threw in $10. That's $10,000 in that damn pool out there. But you have to give it away. You have to you put your money in. I ain't taking any of it. Then everybody, these 1,000 people, we pose a question or something. Those members right there are going to circulate that $10,000 amongst the damn selves. So you want to kind of polish up on some things, and lob your 10 in there. And look at this. I'm not kidding you. Someone could say something profound, and make yourself $50, $100 with just 1,000 people there. Look, you get 1 million people doing this. We're talking about a fair exchange of value. You're working. This isn't no MLM deal. It has that aspect to it, but it's real. It's solid. It's accounts payable system based on work. It's a fair exchange of value based on work. Now, damn it to hell, can't you see that? What we stumbled across here, and I'm not pulling your leg. What we stumbled across here is the key to the Golden Gate. Not only can you can stack up. I'll go over all these things on how this works in particular. I can tell you this. What do they call, like Amway and all those people doing those hustles, those pyramid deals? Well, there isn't anything wrong with that kind of structure. The problem is that last son of a bitch that comes in ain't got a prayer in hell to do any good, especially after it's been taken off and running a while. Hell, there's just not anybody interested in it, or they're all already in there. So if you come up with something where that last person has got a shot not only to do well, but to damn do real well, if they know a bunch about a lot of stuff, especially the stuff people ask about, just get in there and start sharing what you do, your value out there, start circulating like Facebook. Next thing you know, you got yourself a steady following of people that are going to be giving you what I call a legacy donation. That's a nickel or dime, maybe even a quarter a month. You get your 10, 20,000 people like that, and it's not hard to do. Look at what Rex has got. Rex is going to lead this whole deal. Rex Bear of the Leak Project. He's going to lead this whole thing. I've built this platform. It was downloaded, whatever you want to call it, to me. I'm just a regular person over here in East Texas. I've run a few of these networking deals, so I know how that sleazy thing works. It was always missing that golden key. I found a key. I've also been in the oil and gas business and know a lot about the hustle on that thing. And what I want to do is find a lot of people to help me save this country. And in doing so, there's a lot of people that's going to stack up a whole lot of value or money. And then we'll have a vehicle that we can continue to ride through hard times, good, bad, or indifferent. We'll have an ecosystem that what we do is we circulate our internal value inside of our closed loop ecosystem. And there's module number 2 and 3 that's going to come with this. So it's very interesting, and when you get to where you have a group of people and we start bringing in people like Rex and all these other folks that you hear out there, and you're able to actually, we'll have this on a live call in where people can interact, and they'll have their own page over there that inside of the rabbit hole. It's just like Facebook, just like Facebook. And Twitter, it's got a hybrid between Twitter, all the video, the whole 9 yards. There's been a lot of people that's tried to do spinoffs, but here's the thing: no one gives a rat's ass until they're paid something. So this is giving people an opportunity to help save this country by helping tell other people to do one thing. Even though I paid myself out the nose to get this thing out of the ground, as has a very dear friend of mine riding with me that you'll meet. We've been carrying the weight of this thing all along. I'm going to give it to you. Because the deal I made with the Ambien is this platform goes to you. There'll be donations that people can make toward module 1 and 2. And other than that, only way that I'd gain value is if I have a page in there. I say something that someone else might think is worth a penny, and they give me a penny. If 1 million people give me a penny, so be it. That's a fair exchange of value. And oh, by the way, this is all tax-free. Absorb that. This is and here's the thing. Here is the thing. People always say, "Oh, hell, I can't do this." All I'm asking you to do is tell people to listen to me. Just listen, like you're doing right now. Just listen to me. And then as all this unfolds and they see what's going on, believe you me, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to be crying with passion because they want to help this country. And by the way, we're going to be supporting people that are guest hosts on the Leak Project, and on those people, they'll have their own audience, and so they'll be involved. We need people to help Rex reach out to all these hosts and things like that. And, Jimmy Church is ready, willing. And I've been out there to meet these people. Clyde Lewis and Joe Roop with the Fringe FM. A lot of these people, and Rex is going to lead. But there are so many applications that we could do to help because people are getting their hopes bashed. This is everything. This is everything. I'm rambling now, rightfully so. So that thing has gone dark. I see. I looked over here, and there's our boy again. Let me get that thing right there off. I don't have my glasses on. And I will close this out by saying this. Once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life learns the truth, they either cease to be mistaken, start speaking the real truth, or they cease to be honest. What say you? Read that right there in front of you one more time, and remember what happened on September 11th of when Shrub was in office. Isn't that unique? Well, they had a plan, and they're utilizing one of their plans called the Fractional Reserve Banking System. If I hadn't told you, I wrote a book back in 2005 called Reverse Fractional Banking, A Fair Exchange of Value. So I've been fighting this thing for quite a while. Ride with me. Let's save this country, and I'll make you rich. I guarantee it. How's that? Adios, amigos. It's Jedi 1, Ramblin' Randy. We down.